Live, going live, you're live. Welcome, YouTubers. Another week has passed and we are ready to see what we can do to stay healthy and not need to have symptoms of anything or need doctors or pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceuticals are like legal drug pushers these days. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're trying to they want people to be sick because they make money from sick people. They don't make money from healthy people. Can you imagine? Didn't used to be like that in the world we lived in. In the world we lived in, people cared about people. And even Bayer Aspirin cared if you had a headache or not and how to help you heal it. But in today's world right now, it's not like that. Boy, in this world that we are living in today, money seems to be uh, the motivation behind a lot of stuff. Shouldn't be that way. Money has become like a false, uh, I don't want to say even that word, but like a false god, no? Anyway, I wanted to go over quite a few things today. And we'll start with people who have any trouble falling asleep at night. All nuts have melatonin in them, but nuts don't only have melatonin, which helps you sleep, but it also has vitamin E. And lately, the scientists have discovered that vitamin E is a natural antibiotic and it's a preventative from illness. And it even helps with the eyes, amazingly enough. So any kind of nuts you would want to eat, maybe an hour before you go to sleep, would be an excellent idea. Milk is another one. Do you know that milk helps people's eyes? I didn't know that. But milk and eggs are two foods that have all the vitamins and nutrients in one thing. Plus, eggs also have melatonin, and milk also has melatonin. So they're excellent resources to get a good night's sleep. Now, you want to consume stuff, natural foods, or drink with melatonin about an hour before you go to bed. Should also reduce the amount of lighting in the room in which you are for that last hour, because as the lighting is reduced, the body naturally produces melatonin, therefore making a person feel sleepy. Now, I've been doing a little research this week and finding that magnesium is a very important nutrient. I believe it is a mineral, but we're going to find out. Hey Google, is magnesium a mineral?
On the website nih.gov, they say, magnesium, an abundant mineral in the body, is naturally present in many foods, added to other food products, available as a dietary supplement, and present in some medicines, such as antacids and laxatives. Do you want a little more context?
Yes. Yeah, he's been a little sleepy today. We'll have to excuse him. Hey Google, what are the symptoms of magnesium deficiency?
I found 9 on the website healthdirect.gov.au. What are the symptoms of magnesium deficiency symptoms? Here are the first 5. Loss of appetite, nausea and vomiting, fatigue and weakness, shaking, and pins and needles. Do you want to hear more?
Yes.
Okay, here's 3 more. Muscle spasms, hyperexcitability, and sleepiness. To see the whole list, follow the link I just sent to your phone.
Interesting. So, the next point I wanted to bring up is that the liver is the filtration cleansing system of the body. And if there would be any contaminants in the atmosphere, let's say in the, because in today's world we have things that, uh, there's chemicals in the air that are mineral deficiencies like glyphosate. There's things that we need to detox with. So, a combination of detoxing and how to obtain, maintain, and sustain the liver functioning in a very high level would be cranberries. You can eat them jellied, juice, dried like raisins, many ways to consume cranberry. But cranberry is one of the best ways to take care of the liver. And another one, if you like supplements, the supplement is called milk thistle. Now, the thing about the supplements, and they should be taken once a day in the morning, they also function. Now, foods that are detoxers are cilantro and the little flakes of dried parsley that you buy in a spice bottle. It's also a detoxer. Now, where would you put parsley? Parsley has no taste. You can sprinkle it on the salad, sprinkle it on your eggs, sprinkle it on just about everything and anything you cook, and they wouldn't even know it's there. But it does detox the body. And cilantro. Cilantro has a very pungent flavor. It's excellent to put in a baby food processor and make into a paste with garlic cloves. And then with some mayonnaise and a little bit of water, you come up with an awesome salad dressing. Then that would be good because it's good to eat a couple salads a day. And if the salad dressing is awesome, then people will want to eat your salads. And cranberries. And what's the other thing? Beets. Do you know beets are even good for the eyes? Whoa. But beets are also good to keep all the blood vessels flowing and running clearly. And people's brains need a lot of blood flow. So beets help even the function of the brain. Very important to know. So I personally find that the best way to do beets is not to cook and peel and too much work. Buy yourself canned beets, and in today's world, they come non-GMO. Yay! So they're not genetically modified organisms, but that they're naturally grown beets, cooked, sliced, and ready to eat with a nice texture on the can. And there are quite a few companies that make them. I personally buy them in Walmart. So either you have a Walmart near you or you can buy them online. Walmart has shopping online, Baruch Hashem. So there are various ways. Now here's the important thing. There is a sickness in today's world that mostly older people are getting, God forbid they get, and it makes people like, I don't like to call out symptoms, but one of the symptoms is that people are doing like that. So I learned in one of the things I was studying the other day that that can be prevented, all this shaking and whatever that a lot of older people have can be healed prevented and protected through and by the cranberries, the milk thistle, the things a person would take to care for their liver will also be a preventative from those illnesses, because I learned that those things, the body catches those things through a, God forbid, defective liver. So it's very important in today's world there's milk thistle, and there's another supplement I have, I don't know where it is at the moment, that it's called Silimarin, Sillymmarin, I believe, extract, and that is also like a milk thistle for the liver. Now, the next thing I wanted to jump over to, and then I have some books I want to read for you guys. One of them is called Brain Maker. It's an excellent book by a doctor by the name of Dr. David Perlmutter. And then I have a book here by Michael Greger called How Not to Die. Discover the foods scientifically proven in preventing and reversing diseases. So these two books will be what we focus on in the next week's upcoming classes of health. But let's continue on here. If a person obtains, or with the cold weather going on, a person can have more mucus in their body. So honey is an expectorant that usually right after the person puts some honey in their tea, or I'm even putting it in my coffee in the morning, a good tablespoon of honey. And honey will immediately start bringing out or taking out the mucus. Lemon is another natural substance that removes mucus or reduces it. Chamomile tea is another one. And believe it or not, pomegranate juice. Interesting, right? So let's go on. Something very important to know. Olives are very high in antioxidants. Antioxidants are what the body uses to remove what's called free radicals. Free radicals can be harmful to the body, and the body produces them when it's cleaning and removing things. Then it's there that needs to go out. So a few things that I learned that removes these free radicals are things high in antioxidants. And one of them is olives. I like olives a lot. Black olives, green olives, olives. So people, and I'm one of them, who consumes very high levels of vitamin C, especially since the cooties came, what they call the COVID, I call the cooties. And since the cooties came to town, I've been taking more and more vitamin C. I'm now up to taking at least 4,000 or 5,000 milligrams of C daily. Now, you don't want to take it all at once, because the body will take what it needs and the rest will come out when you go to the bathroom. So the best way to really take advantage of high levels of vitamin C is to take, like if you're going to take 5,000, to take 1,000 and then another 1,000 an hour or two later, and another 1,000 for lunch, and another 1,000 maybe mid-afternoon, and one at dinner time. But to space it out in order to the body to get as much benefit as it can from it. High levels of vitamin C remove free radicals from the body also. And here's a bonus, that free radicals are one of the reasons and causes for aging. So by removing free radicals through high levels of vitamin C and high levels of other foods that are high in antioxidants, we then do what's called anti-aging. Yay. So, moving right along, we're 15 minutes down the road here. The next thing I want to focus on are parasites. Where do parasites come from? In today's world, they can even come from some of the foods. I was teaching, I don't know if it was in last week's class, but scientists have proven, and Jewish people don't eat ham or pork or bacon because God said in the scriptures not to eat it. So the scientists have recently discovered that even at very high frying temperatures, the parasites in those foods do not die. Therefore, when people eat parasites, then they end up living in their bodies, normally in the intestinal tract. Not a good thing. So, some things that are anti-parasitic and detoxing helps tremendously is raw garlic, which you can make salad dressings with, pumpkin seeds, commonly known in Spanish as pepitas, beets, which are good for anti-aging, are also anti-parasitic. Good to know. Pomegranates, also anti-parasitic. And here's one I bet you didn't know. Carrots are anti-parasitic. Carrots? Carrots? Yeah, carrots. Interesting, huh? The next thing we're going to jump over to, let's see if he'll tell us. Let's see. Hey Google, what causes the body to have parasites?
On the website cdc.gov, they say transmission of protozoa that live in a human's intestine to another human typically occurs through a fecal-oral route, for example, contaminated food or water or person-to-person contact.
Wow. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is something called progesterone cream. Progesterone cream comes in a container. Let's see if I can find one. There's one. This is what it looks like. Progesterone cream. Now the company that makes this one is called Source Naturals. And what you do with it is after you shower, you put a little under the eyes, over the eyes, forehead, around the mouth, on the cheekbones, and on the neck, and on the top of the hands or any place you don't want to get wrinkles. And the body produces progesterone when people are younger, but as they get older, their body produces less. So by buying this cream, which is not expensive, thank God, you can go online to look for sourcenaturals.com and order yourself 1 or 2 containers. They're not expensive. You will see right away the difference. I discovered this quite a few years back through a friend of mine who was a doctor, and it's been a big blessing ever since. So we already spoke about the vitamin E in the beginning of class, which comes through the eating of nuts about an hour or 2 before bedtime is an excellent thing to do, and a glass of milk if you're not fleishik, because they both have melatonin, but nuts have vitamin E. Now, vitamin E has been proclaimed recently to be a natural antibiotic, and it is a protective and preventative measure from the illnesses that are floating around. No? The next thing we want to learn about tonight is called ginseng. Now, ginseng is something that came from Europe, and it's, let's see what he tells us about it. Hey, Google, the health benefits of ginseng.
I found a list on the website healthline.com. Here are 7 evidence-based health benefits of ginseng. Here are the first 4. Contains antioxidants that may reduce inflammation, may benefit brain function, could improve erectile dysfunction, and may boost the immune system. Want to hear more?
Yes.
Okay, here are the last 3. May have potential benefits against cancer, may fight tiredness and increase energy levels, and could lower blood sugar.
Hey, Google, what does ginseng do for the body?
On the website nccih.nih.gov, they say Asian ginseng is also promoted as a dietary supplement for a variety of other reasons to improve physical stamina, concentration, and memory, stimulate immune function, slow the aging process, and relieve various other health problems, such as respiratory and cardiovascular disorders, depression, anxiety, and. People also sometimes ask me, what are the good benefits of ginseng? Do you want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website healthline.com, they say, it is commonly touted for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. It could also help regulate blood sugar levels and have benefits for certain types of cancer. What's more, ginseng may strengthen the immune system, enhance brain function, and improve symptoms of erectile dysfunction.
Okay. So basically, ginseng is a supplement. We are now going off to vitamin B12. Now, vitamin B12 is very powerful and is used many times for energy, but it is a necessity for the body. And when people do not have sufficient B12, which I believe is a mineral also, there are symptoms of deficiency. So we're going to ask now. Hey, Google, what are some of the vitamin deficiencies of vitamin B12?
On the website mayoclinic.org, they say, untreated, vitamin B12 deficiency can lead to neurological problems, such as persistent tingling in the hands and feet or problems with balance.
Wow.
It can lead to mental confusion and forgetfulness because vitamin B12 is necessary for healthy brain function.
Wow. So, as you can see, B12 is a very necessary. And what I do is I buy it in supplement form and make sure there are 2 kinds of B12. There's cyanocobalamin and there's methylcobalamin. You want the methylcobalamin, which the body is more readily and easily to absorb quickly. Now, you buy methylcobalamin B12. I use the 5,000 milligram supplement pill in the morning, and make sure it's the morning because that'll give you some ultra energy, and that you will avoid any deficiency that way as well. Now, there are foods that have B12, but I would eat those foods as well, but definitely you want to do the supplement also. Hey, Google, what foods have B12 in them? Let's see, maybe he's sleeping. Hey, Google. Okay, hey, Google, what foods have vitamin B12 in them?
I found 12 on the website harvard.edu. Here are some of the best foods with B12. Here are the first 5. Clams, 3 ounces, 84 mcg. 100% fortified breakfast cereal, 1 serving, 6. Trout, 3 ounces, 5.4. Salmon, 3 ounces, 4.9. And canned tuna fish, 3 ounces, 2.5. Do you want to hear more?
Yes.
All right, here's 3 more. Fortified soy milk, chocolate. Check the label, 1.7. Beef, 3 ounces, 1.5. And non-fat plain Greek yogurt, 6 ounces, 1.3. By the way, if you want to see the whole list, you can check out the link I just sent to your phone.
Yeah. Okay. The next thing we're going to hit the books for today is called A Quarter Teaspoon of Turmeric Every Day. And we're reading from the book called How Not to Die. Okay. So it goes like this. Turmeric is potent stuff. If I took a sample of a person's blood and exposed it to an oxidizing chemical, researchers could quantify the damage it caused to the DNA in the blood cells with sophisticated technology that allows them to count the number of breaks in the DNA strands. If a person then gave to that person a single pinch of turmeric to eat once a day for a week, redrew the blood again, and exposed their blood cells to the same free radicals, a person would see that with a tiny bit of turmeric on board, the number of cells with DNA damage could be cut in half. That's not mixing turmeric with cells in a petri dish, no. That's having a person ingest the spice of turmeric and then measuring the effects in the blood. And this was not some fancy curcumin supplement, not some turmeric extract. It was just the plain spice that you can buy in any grocery store. And the dose was tiny, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I personally put turmeric in my eggs every day, whether I make fried eggs or an omelet or whatever I do with them. In the butter I'm cooking the eggs in, I sprinkle some turmeric. And not only some turmeric, but I put black pepper with it. Why? Because black pepper enhances the nutrients of the turmeric. Listen to this. Hey Google, what does turmeric with black pepper do for the body?
On the website healthline.com, they say, they may reduce inflammation and improve digestion, particularly in supplement form. Do you want a little more context?
Yes. Hey Google, what does turmeric with black pepper do for the body?
On the website healthline.com, they say, as piperine enhances curcumin absorption in the body by up to 2,000%, combining the spices magnifies their effects. Do you want a little more context?
Yes. Yes. Okay, he's been a little kooky today. Maybe the cold weather's getting to him. Hey Google, the health benefits of turmeric.
On the website nccih.nih.gov, they say, in India, it was traditionally used for disorders of the skin, upper respiratory tract, joints, and digestive system. Today, Turmeric is promoted as a dietary supplement for a variety of conditions, including arthritis, digestive disorders, respiratory infections, allergies, liver disease, depression, and many others. People also ask me, is it good to take turmeric every day? Want to hear the answer?
Yes, I do.
On the website nwapain.com, they say, the World Health Organization found 1.4 milligrams of turmeric per pound of body weight is okay for daily intake. It's not advisable to take high doses of turmeric for long periods of time. There isn't enough research to guarantee safety. If you want to take turmeric to relieve pain and inflammation, talk to your doctor.
Okay, we're going on to bigger and better things. The next agenda in the book here is cilantro. I use cilantro a lot. I either take it and cut it with a scissor and make little shreds that go on top of my salad, or I'll put it in a food processor with olive oil and salt and garlic cloves and make a paste that will stay in the fridge for months, because cilantro, if you leave it in leaf form, it goes bad pretty quickly, like about a week or so. So it's better to turn it into that paste I'm talking about and leave it in a container for when you're going to cook or whatever. You will have cilantro. Or you make a salad dressing and you have it for your salad. So what does it say here? One sign of changing the U.S. demographics is that salsa has replaced ketchup as America's #1 table condiment. One popular salsa ingredient is cilantro, and one of the most polarizing and divisive food ingredients known to humankind. Some people absolutely love it, and some people absolutely don't. And what's interesting is that the lovers and haters appear to experience the taste differently. Just like all other foods, everybody has different tastes. Individuals who like cilantro may describe it as fresh and I don't need all this blah blah blah. Give me some information that's important. Okay, genetic studies of more than 25,000 participants who reported their cilantro preferences discovered an area on chromosome number 2 that seemed to be a match. Okay. See if there's anything important to read here, no? Okay, cilantro is very good against arthritis and gout and uric acid levels. It's a healer for that as well. And cayenne pepper also has a lot of mega health benefits. Definitely worth looking up. Anything I don't give you information on, you can find by doing a search in your browser on your computer and putting either the health benefits of or putting what does this substance do for the body. And you should get an answer. Peppermint is another good one. Which herbs have the most antioxidants? The most antioxidants packed herb is dried Norwegian bearberry leaf. Good luck finding that one, huh? The most antioxidant packed common herb is peppermint. And that's why, and I just bought mint tea the other day, that's why I add mint to my favorite hibiscus cocktail recipe. Okay? Mint is a traditional ingredient from the Middle East that they put in salads and different types of salads that they make, soups, and even fresh rolls. And this person likes to put it into chocolatey things. Mint. I personally recommend to make mint tea. because you can mix it with like Lipton and another one, and it works out very well. Now, oregano, as we know, is a natural antibiotic. Other petri dishes studied with oregano suggest antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties in comparison to the effects of various spice extracts, bay leaves, fennel, lavender, oregano, paprika, parsley, rosemary, and thyme. Oregano beats out all but bay leaf in its ability to suppress cervical macula. I don't like to say the names of stuff like that, but we know that oregano is also a very potent natural antibiotic. So start making some Italian food weekly. Let's go on. Cloves. The most antioxidant packed common spice is clove, and it has exceptionally strong flavor. So try adding just a teeny pinch to anything you normally would put cinnamon or ginger in. Now, ground cloves are great on stewed pears or baked apples, giving them a pleasant flavor. Okay, so that's about all they have to. This book is not really good for these things, although it does mention some of the stuff. But let me see, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Anyone who says that they don't have time to eat healthy has never met an apple conversation. Granny Smith, huh? I'm happy to report that there are thousands of varieties and health-wise crab apples growth, probably top of the charts. But taste-wise, my personal favorite is the Honey Crisp. I think they're green. Or any pick of your own because all apples have a powerhouse of nutrients. And they also have pectin, which is good for the intestinal system. Okay. Okay, that was the end of that one. Dates are another powerhouse. Oh, olive oil and olives, we know, mangoes, watermelon. All fruits that are very colorful have substances that help the eyes. Very good to know, right? Let's see one more thing here I wanted to check. Lentils. Let me see if I find that. Where is it? Mr. Lentil, where'd you go? Here. Lentils are little lens-shaped legumes and named after lentils. Lens is lentil in Latin. Okay. They gained great fame in 1982 upon the discovery of the lentil effect, or the ability of a lentil consumption to blunt the sugar spike of foods. Oh, wow. Consumed hours later as a subsequent meal. Lentils are so rich in probiotics that they can create a feast for your friendly bacteria flora in the intestine. Okay? And so, we didn't know this thing about the sugar. It relaxes the stomach and slows the rate at which sugar is absorbed into the system. Lentils, chickpeas, and other legumes were found to have similar influence, and so this phenomena was later renamed the second meal effect. Lentils are already one of the most nutrient-dense legumes, but when sprouted, their antioxidant power doubles, even quadruples 4. Chickpeas. Lentils can be easily sprouted into one of the healthiest possible snacks. I was amazed when I first tried making them, and what started out looking like a hard little bunch of pebbles transformed into tender morsels in just a couple days, while adding that protective powder to smoothies as well. Okay, so basically we got the hang of what lentils are good for. I bet many people did not know that lentils are good for sugar issues. Okay, so we'll get to more and more of these books. Because class is got about 20 minutes left max. Let me see the other book a minute. Okay. Let me see if I have anything more I wanted to share from here. That was the B12, the ginseng. Oh, I think I finished it. Okay. Also another anti-phlegm is thyme. The spice THYME is wonderful at combating phlegm if a person from the cold weather or whatever starts having a lot of phlegm. Now, there are 2 supplements that are made from algae called spirulina and chlorella, which are excellent health benefits are mega. Let's see if we get a little info here. Hey Google, what does spirulina do for the body?
On the website webmd.com, they say, spirulina is rich in a range of vitamins and minerals essential for maintaining a healthy immune system, like vitamins E, C, and B6. Do you want a little more context?
Yes. Yes. Okay, I think my second yes knocked him out. Hey Google, the health benefits of chlorella.
I found a list on the website healthline.com. 9 impressive health benefits of chlorella. Here are the first 5. Very nutritious. Binds to heavy metals, aiding detox. Could enhance your immune system. May help improve cholesterol. And acts as an antioxidant. Do you want to hear more?
Yes.
Okay, here's 3 more. Helps keep blood pressure in check. Could improve blood sugar levels. And may help manage respiratory diseases. To see the whole list, follow the link I just sent to your phone.
Okay, let's continue on. We are in the second book I brought to the class today called Brain Maker. And in chapter 5, the subtitle is Autism and the Gut. On the frontier of brain medicine. Hardly a day goes by that I don't answer the question about autism. This is the doctor who wrote this book. And one of the most debated disorders in the last decade, which seems to be increasing in the population of children. Why? What exactly causes it? And why are so many children diagnosed with it today? Will there ever be a cure or guaranteed preventive measure? Why is there such a broad range of severity? Nearly 60 years after the disorder was first identified, the number of cases continued to rise. The United Nations estimates that up to 70 million people worldwide fall on the autism spectrum, 3 million of whom are in the U.S. First, let us clarify that for the purposes of this discussion, this doctor is going to use the term autism to encompass all the degrees of the spectrum. To be sure, autism spectrum disorder, ASD, or autism are both general terms to describe the large and diverse family of complex disorders of the brain development. These disorders share three classic characteristics: difficulties in social interaction, challenges with verbal and nonverbal communications, and repetitive behaviors. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, children or adults with autism might, and then they give us a whole list of things. The first one is not point to objects to show interest, and not point to an airplane flying overhead. Not look at objects when another person points to them, and they have trouble relating to others or lack of interest in other people. Avoiding eye contact and prefer to be alone. Okay, we don't need to read this list. Let's go on. Although distinct subtypes were once recognized, including Asperger's syndrome and autistic disorder, in 2013, all autism disorders were merged under one big umbrella, diagnosed as ASD. But no two individuals are absolutely alike. One person can have a mild case and be socially awkward, but excel in math or art, for example, while another can struggle with motor coordination. Okay, let's drop down some. Despite the dramatic differences among people with autism, one thing is for sure: they reflect the community of people whose brains function a little differently. During their early brain development, something triggered changes in their psychology and their physiology and neurology, and led to the disorder. Now that autism is so prevalent with such wide parameters, there has been a cultural shift in how we think about it. Let's go down. Even those children with exceptional abilities in visual skills, music, and academics can have their challenges. Whether we view autism as a personality style or illness, there's no denying that it's sharply on the rise. Well, that we know. So let's see where we're going from here. A few years ago, I would not have touched the subject of autism. It was just too fraught, and conversation was too mired in the controversy about the vaccine autism connection, a connection that has been scientifically disproven. At that time, we were still in the blind era. Let's go down some more. But today, a lot of change and legitimate studies from the top institutions are currently uncovering the gut bug connection to that disorder. Research is now delivering surprising and encouraging answers. What scientists are finally finding out today about autism has implications that to go far beyond understanding and addressing the condition. Contrary to the popular wisdom, the latest science is this realm overlaps significantly with the concerns other neurological ailments have. Researching autism means being on the frontier of brain medicine, especially as the science relates to an understanding of the microbiome. As I've described for a long time, problems with the gut were regarded as a set of symptoms unrelated to the brain. But we're now discovering how the gut or the stomach health and function, especially gut bacteria, which is probiotics and things on that level, connect to brain development. We are also finally seeing how gut bacteria may contribute to the development and progression of a brain disorder such as autism. As you'll soon learn, one of the most convincing pieces of evidence linking intestinal microbiomes and autism is the fact that children with autism exhibit certain patterns in the composition of their gut bacteria that are absent in children without autism. For a neurologist, he's a neurologist. Like him, the doctor wrote this book, who helps parents treat children with this battling disorder. And this observation is a huge red flag, coupled with the facts that individuals with autism almost uniformly suffer from GI problems. Moreover, the particular species of gut bacteria often seen in those individuals with autism create compounds that are adversarial to the immune system and brain. They can rouse the immune system and increase inflammation. In a young person whose brain is rapidly developing, exposure to these compounds, in addition to the increased inflammation, may very well play a role in a brain disorder like autism. The scientists on the frontier of this research, some of whom you'll meet in this chapter, are currently studying the relationships between the gut bacteria and their byproduct and the risk of autism. This research is also looking at the roles of the immune and nervous system and their connection, two key players in the development of any neurological disorder. Just as there is no single type of autism, there is no single cause. Scientists, for example, have identified a multitude of rare gene changes or mutations associated with autism. In fact, as I write this, two sweeping new studies have shown links between more than 100 genes and the disorder. These mutations appear to disrupt the brain's nerve network, and they don't all come from mom and dad. Many of these mutations can occur spontaneously in the egg or sperm right before conception even. Okay, we have about 6 minutes left. And I started reading this and I got caught up because there was a lot of what I think is information that's interesting. So maybe we'll come back to this in next week's class. I'll leave the page folded. But I also had learned that about the connection between autism and probiotics like yogurt and the probiotics and prebiotics they also have, which are things that help the gut system. And so the whole attention is to the intestines and the internal digestive system as to the connection of correction. And it is some form of contamination because there is a doctor, you may find her here on YouTube. Her name is Dr. Kerri, Kerri, and her last name is Rivera, like river with an A at the end. And she works with another doctor who is the head scientist from MIT, and her name is Dr. Stephanie Senoff. And they made quite a couple of videos explaining that a lot of that came from the contamination of that. It's called Roundup Ready. It was supposed to be a pesticide, which was patented as an antibiotic, and it evaporates into the air, and it's a mineral chelator, therefore taking minerals out of people's bodies, which are desperately needed. That's why a lot of people are getting black teeth these days. That's why people are having trouble retaining water and things, and that's because of a lack of potassium, which potassium is also a mineral. And there are various symptoms and things going on from that mineral chelator. That company was Monsanto that made it. They sold out to Bayer aspirin, and now there are mega lawsuits in California against them for all the harm they've done to many people, because they found that it was not only the root of the autism in this world, but it's also the root of a lot of autoimmune diseases that are of the current society and world that were not around always and forever. So it's very important to be very careful. Now, what works for this stuff called Roundup Ready that's in the atmosphere, or the chemical name is glyphosate, is to make sure that you detox. That means put parsley in your food. That means make things with cilantro. That means keeping your body clean of toxins wherever you can. Parsley flakes, very easy to use and very necessary. And you'll know when you cut up some cilantro into the leaves in your salad, and then the next day when you need to go to the bathroom, you can feel when you go to the bathroom that there's something foreign there that's coming out. Sometimes it could be itching, burning, all kinds of things, but thank God it's taking the filth out of the body. Like I said, we have to combat all this garbage and this evil going on in the world right now, the corruption of food. China's trying to buy farmland here in this country. We have to pray that God put a stop to all that. So that, and to have rules and laws about farming, to keep our food clean and uncorrupt. Anyway, I'm thankful that you came into the class today. I hope you learned something. There's a lot to learn. Make sure you're taking a multivitamin and mineral every morning. And then you have to take extra C's and extra D3s. D3, I take like 10,000 milligram every morning, 5,000 milligram C vitamins. I get them from Maxi. Maxi is from koshervitamins.com. And it's very certain vitamins like especially the C, whatever your body doesn't need, it'll come out with the liquid. It's not dangerous to take extra. Not all vitamins can you take as much as you want. So if you need to contact me or check online, but make sure you're not, most of them, vitamin C you can overdo. They're using it in mega dosages to even heal, we call it macula, but CANCERS. They're healing it with mega vitamin C dosages. So, and orange juice, I just learned today, is also good for the eyes. Interesting. We knew it was good for the immune system, but we didn't know it was good for the eyes. So it's good to learn that there are many things that are good for many things. No? What does this say? Can clean out your lungs and breathe. What can? Keep giving. Strong. I don't see exactly what was written there, but eat grapes. Okay. Well, welcome, visitor. Hope you enjoyed the class. We do this every Sunday night, New York time, 8:30. And all my friends encouraged me to do this because I spend quite a few hours a week studying on what to eat and not eat, and what to take and not take, and what supplements are needed in order for us to stay healthy and not need doctors or pharmaceuticals, because so much corruption in today's world. So my friend said, why don't you share what you learned? Like, give us the abridged version. And so that's why I started doing these classes. I'm a Torah teacher, and that's what we teach all week long on this channel is Torah classes. In other words, we took the true original scriptures of the Bible. My husband is a rabbi, and we don't push anybody's religion. We push the one true God, who is infinite and not finite, and he's not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should relent, and the one true scriptures. There's only one true scriptures that God gave Israel, and we try to share them with others as God called Israel a light to the nations. Check out some of our Torah classes. You may like them. In any case, thanks for coming in. May the Almighty bless you all with perfect health, of course, first and foremost, and many other blessings as well. Hope to see you in some of the Torah classes this week. Tomorrow is Monday. I'll be on this channel at 6:30. Hope you can make it. Shalom, shalom. Thanks for coming in.